इसलिए तो ठीक है बट यही है लगा दिन से ना एयरपोर्ट कॉस्ट। हाँ सर ये तो है। Hey. Good morning to everyone. So, I am academic counselor H. BISWAS. So today the subject is MMPH GA02. This is the course code, and MMPH GA02 is basically is for part of the your HRM, MBA HRM, specialized paper. So now first I have to generalize, give a overview of the total blocks and what are the units are there. Then I this session try to cover up the block 1. This is the unit number 1, 2, 3. In block 1, where it has been said that human resource development and overview, then unit number 2 is HRD systems. Unit 3 is your HRD process and the methods. And block 2 is the managing HRD, where how to manage the people, employees, and what should be the role of the HR managers, competency mapping, how to map up his quality and his competency, his efficiency, this all this part. Then analysis, performance level, and his career planning also, because how to promote the peoples. Then block 3 are your HRD practice. What are it should be a practice in the HRD systems. Maybe that unit number 8 is the 8, 9, and 10. It contains the 8, 9, 10. There are 3 units, the block 3. And it will cover up the HRD culture and the climate, counseling, coaching, mentoring, etc. And unit 10 is your HRD industrial relations, because it is very important nowadays. Unit number 10. Now, in block number 4 is your experiences and the trends in HRD. What are the trends is going on? Not only in India, in the overall worldwide. So that part is there. And unit number 11 and 12 is cover up. This is emerging trends and what are the perspectives and HRD experiences. So this is the 4. There are 4 blocks cover up your HRD. This is MMPH, MMPH 2. Now let's see the unit 1. What are the internal things are there? This is important HRD, why it is HRD, what are the mechanism of the HRD, what are the issues and challenges, and what are the role of the top management in HRD. That part is further sub-units, I can say. There's the unit 1, and again this is sub-units. Categorically, it has been defined. To define the role of the top management, issues, challenges, and how it has evaluated, and what are the mechanisms. Then unit 2, concisely, it will be the concept of the HRD development systems. Now we have to go in deep. What are the concepts? The 10 comments of the HRD systems. What are the comments are to be followed by everybody? All the organizations. Component of the HRD systems and the subsystems of the HRD systems. Emerging new subsystems of the HRD. What are the new, I can say the strategy of the HRD, basically. Designing the HRD systems. In the process of methods units, where it is the concept of the HRD process. And your climate, what are the variables? stages of the HRD framework, interlinkages, and outcome of the HRD, as well as on the organizations. So, okay, go further. Let's see the concept of the HRD. Elton Mayo's Hawthorne experiments leading to give relevance to human as a prime mover of all the resources. Elton says human is just the prime mover. He is the main prime mover for all the resources. Because everywhere you see human accountability or human activities are involved. Even though in a digital systems or in the technology, whatever the technology has at a certain level, still human interventions are needed. Many organizations have realized the potential of their employees and are working towards enhancing their growth and development. So most of the organizations now they have start thinking that human development is very much required because what about the new technology? Maybe the new machines has come. Again, he has to know how to operate the machines, how best utilizations. So that is the way the brain power, capacity, development of the human development is very much needed to handle the situations. So growth and development, definitely we have to enhance the human power. Several organizations have adopted separate department dedicated towards the grooming and the scaling their human resources. This is Rao and Abraham, 1984. He has written to develop their skilling, upskilling, training, retraining, whatever the things. Everything are required in the umbrella of HID. Organizations that ignore human and synergies of the human potential, they tend to remain either stagnant or fade away. So those are the companies or the organizations are not neglecting the or ignoring the human energies, so human and their energies. And synergies is when we are clubbed together, individual synergy when we are put in a particular one way, then it will create called as a synergies. So that will be missing because then in that case employee will be stagnated, they will fed up, and they are discouraging that type of their capacity will lose. They are not reluctant to do any jobs. So that type of things will be occurred if we not care upon the human resource and their energies. VUCA. This is a VUCA. This is a volatile, unprecedented, complex, and ambiguous. The VUCA world brought tsunami of changes in the human way, in the way of humans. Because you see, it's a continuous process because depending on the situations, human are changes as per their capacity and in the due course of time, where we are now, the technology world is now, every time is a survival mode. So some of the things are volatile natures, unprecedented things, but human has to follow, he has to struggle, change their motivation, change their motives, and should be aligned with the situations so that he can grow and reach the desired levels. However, as you everybody knows, the COVID-19 has brought a screening halt to all practices ever since we realize it is pandemic. The new normal, welcoming disruptions beyond imagination and has brought a completely new avatar of HR marketing, HR making, work from home, hybrid work, and third places workstation in a reality. Regular systems now has changed. There are routine systems. Regularly you have to go to the office and work. Now it has now changes. A lot of hybrid systems, everybody knows. It is because of the situations, uh, unprecedented things has by the happened, and this happened. Uh, Again, the human has succeeded, and they have to uh, grow as per their wishes. The virtual world has taken over from the physical spaces. Now you see everywhere digitals, and remotely you can do anything. Right now, what I am doing, there is a remote teaching systems. I mean, e-learning process is going on. So at a time, a lot of people are listening, or they can see afterwards also through the YouTubes or some of the videos. And this is the way we can, in the far end, the knowledge are sharing with up to the far end. There's not a one room basis nowadays. So this way we can, the next generations are, don't know where it will be stopped. And it may not stop. So new things are coming up. The biggest challenges to HRD is facing to keep the morale of the employees, take care of 360 degrees of employees' well-being, and manage things 24/7 in 365 days. Gary L. Nielsen, Carla Ander Martins, and Elizabeth Power state in their HBR article, the article they have mentioned, the secrets to successful strategy executions, that the time has come for all the organizations to alter the flexi organizational structures. Now the organizational structures has to be changed, and some flexi systems should be there where manpower supplying, people can upskill, and multitasking system should be there, so that any situations can be tackled. And realign the people power. Whatever the people power, you have to realign the things. The time has come, because everybody are, that is the secret of the success, as per the L. Martin and Elizabeth Power says. Redesign the expectation matrices. What are the matrices of the organizational structures that has to change, and redesign the things? Maximizing efforts to place idea to executions, include and involve the teams, and keep pumping the motivations. That is very important. Every time you have to pump out, to motivate the people to do better. Now, what is HRD? Let it be clear. It is based on two assumptions. What are the assumptions? First is, it makes sense only when it contributes towards business improvement and business excellence. When it is makes sense, some of the, yes, this contribution are towards the improvement of the company or the business. Number two, it also strongly believes that good people and good culture make good organizations. Point to be noted, the second point, because if your employee is good culturally, the knowledge-wise, talented, and the culture is another part is there. So in combine all together, you can declare as a good organizations. Even when you meet in the outside, anywhere, in the market, in the train journey, or in the plane journey, where in the things, if we discuss with the people's anybody, It is, you can understand based on his behavior, culture, and his knowledge power, which type of company he belongs. So suppose he is working in somewhere. So it will be reflect his word, his way of talking, his behavioral patterns also will be changed. Based on this, you can assume or you can understand what the best organizations they have. So that's why it is strongly believed that the good people and the good culture make the good organizations. And first and definitely, HID calendars should be in such a way that towards the contribution, what are the contribution from training, or what are the outcomes? That should be improvement for the business excellences. So there are two assumptions for the HIDs. That's why the HID department has formed all the organizations. Why the HID is required? We can see in other way. Why it is needed? Because of these two. Now HID means building of, now categorically, now it is saying the competency in people. Means what are the competence that you have to improve? Number two, commitment in the people. You have that all the people should have a commitment. Whatever the small work is given, is within the target period, he has to finish with a quality and with an errorless. That should be built up. Culture in the organizations, because culture is also a pillar, one of the pillars for the success. So culture is also important. So HID in total, HID means these three things: competence of the people, commitment of the people, culture of the people. Or we can say that is the objectives of the HID also. Now HID concepts was first introduced by Leonard Rendler in 1969. In a conference in US, he defined HID as those learning experiences which are organized for a specific time and designed to bring about the possibility of the behavioral changes. In the word of Professor T.V. Rao, he says HID is a process by which the employees of an organization are helped in a continuous and planned way to acquire the sharpness of the capability required to perform the various functions associated with their present and expected future roles, then develop their general capabilities as individuals and discover and exploit their own inner potential. That is important. Exploit their own inner potential for their own and organizational development purposes. Both. He has to develop, what are the potential he has, at the same time, to see it is very much needed for the organizational development also. So that's why development of the employees in their capacity is very important. Now, develop an organizational culture in which the superior subordinate relationship, because now here another point is there, or actually another dimension, that the superior and the subordinate relationships very much needed. Teamwork and the collaboration among the subunits are strong and contribute to the professional well-being, motivations, and pride of employees. Then M.M. Khan, according to M.M. Khan, he's saying human resource development is the across of increasing knowledge, capabilities, and positive work attitudes of all people working at all levels in a business understanding. Here he has broadly has clarified that all levels, not only for the workers, not only for the supervisors. So that capacity building, increasing knowledge are required in all levels, those who are working in the company. Now, human resource development is a continuous process in which The organizations through various interventions help an employee to bring people at the core and continuously work together excellence. That is one of the point. Another thing, to assess the capabilities and the skill knowledge and attributes in human resource to platform to perform desired roles and responsibilities. Number three, to continue to upscaling and enhance knowledge through training and development interventions. So that is another aspect. And four is to maximize the talent and the potential for individual and organizational growth. To inculcate values, norms, and excellence in work culture. To create the work environment with positive energies and synergies. Basically, we are actually in totality development means in the all respect, is career wise, talent wise, cultural wise, every dimensions, yes, with the partnerships. So that type of development is required. Even in the stockholders. So for the stockholders also, supplier, vendors, you have to look upon there also. For their development is also. If any problems, if any special training is required or not. So this is a collaborative way. In a collaborative way, you have to see it. If I feel okay, I'm good, I can only work, no problem, I am efficient. That is not a solution. You have to see the organization's aspect also. Now, organization is also very good, no problem, everybody are working. That is also not enough. You have to see the outbox, outer of the organizations, where it is interfacing with the other suppliers, vendors, and other stockholders, everything. So that direction is also you have to see. Then only you can say, and all in all, the win-win situation for the development. Now, strategic intent keeps the individual and the team challenges in the phased manner, keeping the fun and some creating some competitive advantage, all these things. Now, skilling, reskilling, and collaborations. These are all the technical terms. That is and really it is pertaining to HRDR. This also requires continuously working on rewarding and motivating every individuals who can champion the cause of the transformations. For every organization, it is important to have valuable employees because your employees should be valuable. That value, not only individual value, organization value, also asset, just like you have to make an asset. The function of the HRD manager is to be like a garden. HRD manager just like a garden. Trees are, you have to nurturing the trees, watering and everything, that one fine day the tree will give fruits or it will be grooming. So same thing, as a HRD manager, you have to look upon your employees, your subordinates, just like a small trees, plant, just like you have planted. And some you have to fix some target also, maybe the 6 months or 1 year. That's what the training, induction training, auditing training, company training, lot of your apprenticeships. These all are basically for the development of the employees to suit their objectives and fit it for the particular jobs. The companies need to invest their financial resources and enhancing the competencies of the employees. The entire world of today, 2020 and 2021, has seen the great resignations. And in taking the wake-off call to follow the passion and inner voice to give more importance to health, then healthy eating, exercising, family, human relations, peace of mind, exploring the world. Nevertheless, everybody knows. Need not to highlight or need not to think. Everybody nowadays knows the eating habit are changing, so we have to take care of our health also. We should not forget about the what happened before 2 years, 3 years before. Still, we are in survival mode. A lot of countries are still suffering, and they have to come off slowly. For every organization, it's important to have valuable employees. The growing changes. Now, see the planning of the human resource information systems. The acquiring the talent from the global markets is important. Nurturing and the retaining talent in the hybrid systems. That is how to retain the employees, the organizations. That is one of the art of the organizations. And agencies are responsible, the HRD department. Measure the performance matrices in fluid workstations systems. Use the assessment and feedback of the continuous development and strengthening the core of business and not building huge infrastructures. So, first things we have to strengthen the other, what are the core business. You have to strengthen the things. Because huge infrastructures may not be required. What about the basic structures you have, basic manpower you have? Focus on the strengthening, maximum level. Provide the continuous improvement through the education, learning and development, L&D, and the organization development interventions using the platforms like Unacademy, MOMCs, Andemi, then education expert course. So many industries, so many platforms are there. Through this, you have to develop. To vigilance in creating the employees' engagement, best practices, and provide flexi online and offline mode of learning, digitizing the human resource practices with the help of AI, artificial intelligence, utilizing the HR analytics for the business intelligence, all are your systems. We're talking about through this way we can develop. Now, what the evaluations of the HRD, how it has come. The concept of the HRD into the picture in 1990s, 1970s. Larsen and Toubro was the pioneer of the India to design the implement of the integrated HRD system. They are first integrated the things. And then after that, slowly other companies are followed. So different different authors are saying who contributes the formal structures of these things. He emphasized the importance and the role of the group relationships in the organizations described on the experiment done under the Hathor study. Initially, I told, through this study, what are the outcomes or other companies are following. Frederick has also two-factor theory, the motivators and the hygiene, to be important to motivate the employees and the workplace. There's the main things he has also pointed out. Then your training is the only point. It will improve. The purpose, the focus should be shifted to provide the training, because you have to see because improvement can be possible only through training only, action-oriented decisions. Then you have to focus on the welfare, because welfare is one of the motivation part of these activities, and it has increased the demand of the compensations also, more emphasis on individual needs. Then participative management. Here actually, because everybody should be participated and contribute. What about the ideas? What about his capacity, capability? Everything has to commit for these things. training of the employees, you have to focus all levels. Then it turned to human resource management and focus on the individual development. So this is the concept of the HRA, basically the HRT. Now mechanisms. There are some of the aspects are there. Discover the HRD mechanism. One thing is your HRD department, performance appraisals, review discussions and the feedback, counseling sessions, the role analysis exercise, potential development exercise light. These are all are basically different aspects how to operate the HRD. That's why some of the mechanism is required. Some sort of mechanism has. Now, another within this mechanism part, there's another training and communication policies. This is very, very important. Communication policies, because during this process should not be any gaps or loopholes, because everything instructions, even in the materials, instructions, everything are well defined and communicated in advance, so that trainees or people can understand before coming to the situation or the training. Job rotations, organizational development exercises, OD, then rewards, job enrichment programs, 360-degree feedback, assessment of the development centers. These are all so many mechanisms are there through this way. Competency mapping is another aspect. Through this way, we can develop the HR. Other mechanisms, the new age HR analytics platform based learning management system, there's LMS. Hybrid work, this is very popular nowadays because students are submitting the assignment or project synopsis through the portal, LMS portal, learning method systems, and evaluator will evaluate the things and giving the marks. So remotely everything can be do. Professor maybe the evaluator can be seated in some other place, student maybe in some other place, but in the common platform where everything are available, even in the materials is also available, even what are the status updations is also very clear. So in order to, that is the way we can save the money and energy and time. Energy, money and time we can reduce through these hybrid systems, or we can say the LMS systems. And not only that, at a time, in a bigger way, in a widely we can do it. So now issues and the challenges. HID is vital as various critical handle small in small, medium and large organizations. So the grouping, the growing dynamics in the organizations has changed the role of HR in the organization. Now HR role has drastically changes. Earlier pattern and now today's pattern is totally different. And this is more challenges for the HR also. No matter how the world is changing, the role of HR will remain intact and also will keep on growing. Any technology, any things, everything are growing, but at the same time, parallelly, HR role, functions, everything are more delegated and more sensitive way you have to things. It will remain intact. That we can say the HR intact or HR demand in the market still is growing. Before that, when the technology is coming, and moreover, now it has a cloud, it's a hybrid system, HR with AI. So definitely have to improve the HR personals. Those are in the professionals in the HR. Definitely their work is now increased in very manifold. So following challenge, now some of the challenges are there in the HR. What are the challenges? Managing diversity in the workflows, because different people are working, different culture, different knowledge levels, different states. So that is a very big challenge. How to integrate them, all these things, and to channelize the things. That is managing diversity is very important. Now, providing the virtual training is also a challenge. Maybe the language barrier or other aspect. Grooming and the training digital leaders, adapting to the changes because human nature is their resistance always automatically will come. So how to manage them, how to motivate them to cope up the situation which are they have to foresee, they have to focus on the future, what the things are needed. So somebody has to educate them. So adaptations and changes is very also challenging jobs. Understanding the benefits and the packages, because you have to focus, you have to highlight that is the things are required for welfare of the company and for your families, your children's, and for the social. You have to educate them, understanding what are the benefits will be there. Then only they can very easily adopt things and very happily they can do it. So that is the real challenge. Motivating the employees in the crisis, because in crisis situations, human nature, everybody are looking their in own interest. So that time, how to motivate, how to keep quiet and do the best, that is the and help to each others. That is a very challenging. How to cooperate the things. Changing the workforce demographics, then eliminating the skill gaps. These are all are challenging part. There are 10 areas it has been forecasted. In the public sector and in the private sectors, NGOs, different organizations are dealing. Undoubtedly, they are also doing all of the lot of things, the different kind of challenges. Still, lot of things has to do. That's why the lack of some of the lack of transparency and the difficulty in the retaining the talent. These all are some of the challenges. NGOs may have a lack of structures and are driven by the passions, while startups may not afford a separate or the dedicated HR department and may function on the intuitively only. So thus the various sectors may have a specific need of understanding the HRD functions from different perspectives. So in the words of Dr. Akhil Buresi, the former president of National HRD Network India, he says HR manager has to be both a gardener as well as a florist. While as a gardener, the HR manager is responsible to play a nurturing roles. But as a florist, one has to arrange the talent and potential in such a way that gives best fitment and a contribution towards organizational excellence. So HRD will take place only when there is a harmonious environment within the organizations. That Dr. Akhil is given another dimensions. The top management should consider the following aspects to the effective human resource development. The vision, missions, goals, with a focus on the human development, synchronizations, these all are the part. Then defining and designing the HR policies clearly and updating them on a regular basis. Then organizational commitment to HRD is also. Now leadership development, empowerment. Then your create a care and the compensation. These all are the basic the role of a top management. But top management has to see to encourage the HRD. Dr. T.V. Rao from the Indian Institute of Management, he started experimenting in the sustainable, as we already see, and there was a very limited understanding about how the systems and the culture would change. Slowly seeing the unprecedented seas of the HRD interventions, there were organizations like ILNFS, State Bank of India, Crompton Greaves, who paved way for the idea forwarded, and the rest is history of the success of the HRD movement. Because see, some of the companies, they have done excellent jobs. They have done in the field of HRD, and balance organizations are following the things. Some of the questions, different systems are there. There are some of the things are to see the emotional, your intellectual quotients, emotional quotients, and your spiritual quotients. Now the three things are combining another thing. So far we have heard your emotional part and your, I can say your cultural coefficient, but the spiritual coefficients may be the new things. Now it is required. You have to, spiritual means you have to come down, you have to some empathy, you have to sympathy, helping mind, kindness, all these things are basically part of your spirituality. Maybe irrespective of any regions, all these things are required. You have to humble, you have to kind enough to fill the employees' problems. So that part is also a development part of the HRD systems also. So good HRD practices starts from top and uses the behavioral science approaches. These all are the part of your behavioral science. EQ, SQ, CQ, in totally your PQ. That is your performance questions. So then we can see the performance. The performance basically is equal to IQ plus EQ plus SQ and CQ also. So all total we can say is your performance quotients. So defining, that is the way you can define the performance quotients. Now advancement. So technological advancement, definitely we have to welcome the things and we have to accept the things, because globalizations are very fast. The practices are also changed, and everybody has the equal opportunity nowadays because the diversity employment across the world. So technological advancement have brought the paradigm shifts because of these totally changes. The workforce is also is available from the world. You can pull out from the workforce also. And outsourcing is another aspect, because those who are expert in particular field, you can outsource the things. If you feel your organizations are not capable or not able to develop the particular areas very fast, it will take time. By the time you can outsource the things and get it done, job like this. So training and learning systems also you can outsourcing. Lot of organizations are there. They are expert on particular. Lot of consultants are there, like KPMG and others. So many organizations are there. They are in this field, the audit. So global now it is you can see the traditional classroom now in the global classrooms now. So e-learning is another apps you can say applications. This is the best mobile learnings. Mobile learning means you can anywhere, you can in the travel. You are in the travel or you're in the train or you're in the plane, even though you can learn the things, you can listen to things, what is going on in the world. So interactive learning platforms in the comfort of your home. You can see, I can do it with a small mobile where everything are available nowadays. The combination of the individuals, then your collectives and the HR department and the organizations give the HRD systems. The four agents are there. The purpose of the HRD systems to build the individual competencies and the commitment of the individuals, teams, and the entire organizations as a whole through a variety of mechanisms and the infrastructures. So that is the purpose of the HRD systems. There are 10 comments. Now, what are the 10 comments? competencies are used in job interviews and the assessments as benchmarks against which the candidates are evaluated. Then competencies can be broadly categorized into, there are so many categories out there. There are behavioral competencies, technical competencies, functional competencies, managerial, leadership competencies, instrument like this. The combination of individuals, collectives, and the organizations with four agents of the HRD, that is a self, collaborative teams, HR department, and organizations. It gives the total HRD systems. The purpose of HRD system is to build the individual kind of competencies and commitment of the individuals, teams, and entire organizations as a whole. So this is the one of the structure that the 10 comments of the HRD systems. You see here the competitive advantage, collaborations, competencies, counseling, coaching, change agent, code of conduct, cultural building. These all are encompasses. Basically, the 10 HRD systems are encompasses with the 10 components. Now, counseling is another aspect. Counseling is required because to enhance the things mentally, psychologically, some support systems are there so that he should feel I'm not alone. Somebody is there, that he can automatically technical support or behavioral support. There is a role related to challenges. Coaching an employee is provided an advice and the guidance by the more experienced and skilled individuals in an effort to enhance his or her skills, performance, and career growth in a business environment. So coaching differs from the comparable HR skills or mentoring and the counseling. Now coming to career development, where a career plan determines an employee's career path. Career development is gives some guarantees that the employee is well developed before moving up the corporate leaders. Because when you are in that positions, so before that you have to prepare for that. If you are not prepared, not exercise the things, not knowledgeable, so it may create a problem and you will not get the output as desired, as targeted by the objectives of the company. So that's why the career path and your career development are very much important, so that only you can you can fill up what are the gaps are there in the corporate leaders. A series of programs meant to match an individual's requirements, abilities, and career objectives with existing and future opportunities in the business is referred to as a career development. Now you see some of the structure is there. That is self-assessment, then your performing, self-training, goal settings, and career awareness. These all are the part of your career development. Now change agent is very much needed. Change agent is when the changes are going on in the company or new restructuring or redesigning. So that's everybody has to have a that in this change process some agent is required. Maybe production manager is the change agent. Maybe the finance manager, you have to nodal officer, you have to point it out, he is the change agent. So he is the looking of these implementations and the processes are either aligned with the objectives or not, this change process or not. So that they have to, so that's why the change agent should be knowledgeable, aware of all these things, dedicated person should be there. Then only they can follow, they can instruct the people's, others also, they can focus on this. So that is the way you have to guide. Code of conduct is also important because there's a volatile business environment. self-regulations, best practices, guidelines, minimum expected behavior, some of the ethics, normals, values are needed. These are all our code of conduct and written by every company. They have some. It is part of your policy actually. Cultural buildings again, they increase basically the performance levels, whereas your company culture, you have to elite characteristics. Most successful business are basically there. You have a set of values basically. Now, competitive advantage in an advantage position that a business wants in order to outperform its competitors. They can only do this thing. Lot of startups are coming with new innovative things. So competitive advantage are basically the profitability, outreach, customer trust, effective, and cost management. Everything has a lot of deliverables are there. Speed, quality, and the span, because all together you have to. Some of the areas are there for the competitive advantage. If you fulfill any organizations are declared, I have a cost management, effective cost management. What are the deliverables like speed? I have a speed. My product is very good, quality wise. Immediately I can supply the things. Then we can say declare it's a competitive advantage company. So collaboration is again, you have to collaborate with the common goal for the others, for the competitive advantage. Sometimes you have to acquisitions, or you maybe merge the companies, have to collaborate with the things, or sometimes with the employees collaboration is also there. Some of the things, performing their work from the home and the collaborative way, then co-working the space, state, these all are part of your collaboration part. So the corporation expanding the regionality. So even the global is more feasible today, even more. So collaboration is one of the important, so that you can enhance the cultural systems. Communications. As I say, any administrations requires effective communications. So whether the goal is to inform employees about the policies or not, prepare for that, weather disasters and all these things, because you have to inform in a before time, because you have to implement some of the things, some changes are to be required for the company, strategic decision that's taken by the top management, that has to be informed to the all employees, top to bottom, up to the bottom levels. Aware them the things are likely to be happen. You prepare for that, the preparations, so that they can slowly adjust the things, adopt the things when the situation really that situation will come. That there should not be any mess. Organizations can assure the following of a systematic and a comprehensive communication strategy. The communications communicate the consistent messages, always through the message. They have to communicate the things. Even in the notice board also you can publish the things, channels through this email. There are a lot of ways are there you can communicate the things. Deliver the message from the top and that are congruent with the organization's mission, vision, and culture. So everything are instructions should come from the top levels. So there are six targets of the human resource development. The individual as a potential, employee as a talent, roles, teams, inter teams, and the organizations. People of the human resource development is to develop to increase the effectiveness and the potential of these aspects. Relevant HRD process help in increasing the effectiveness of these units. However, it is important to have a systematic and the formal way of achieving this. These formal approaches of the developing human resource are called the HRD systems. So some of the components are there. That is the performance management component, then work plan, self-renewal systems, career systems, reinforcement development, cultural systems, all are the component of the HRD systems. Now here some of the figures are there. What are the components of the HRD systems? Now subsystems are there. The corporate planning. These all are the subsystems of the HRDs. There's the corporate planning, then corporate forecasting of the HR analysis, talent acquisitions, onboarding, career path management, retentions, policies or talent engagement, employee engagement, learning and development with OD interventions, performance management feedbacks, coaching, counseling, mentoring, succession planning, all are the part of your subsystems of the HRD system. Some of the things already we have already pointed out in the earlier slides. Here is just a list of your subsystems. Then emerging new subsystems. There is a hybrid work culture, the maxi-flex, employee engagement, employee well-being. These all are some of the again subsystems of the HRD. So I think. So here actually now we have to try to give a overview of the HRD. What are the definition of the HRD, and what the way the HRD is functioning, why it is needed, how the HRD are nowadays is very important. Any organizations to develop the things. So training and the development are number. What all? If I recap the things, main things why we are getting from here today's sessions, that HRD are basically the focus on the employees development. That is the one thing. So if the employees developed culturally, work and is the marketable, very talent, then definitely the organization is also here. We can say the organization is also good. That is the one thing. How we can develop the employees? So there should be some mechanism should be there. Because if I say I have to develop my employees, so you cannot do it. You should have some systems. How? So that's why some of the mechanisms are given. Some process should be there. You have to follow the process, and you have to adopt some of the best practices in the world. What are the other companies saying? That's why so many authors are given so many experiments. What the way they have experienced L&T, the big company Infosys, that some of the big companies, what the way they have done and where they are now. So you have to take their feedbacks, their approaches, and that approaches and feedback are to be fitted as per your organization's point of view. Even you can customize. You can customize the things, the approaches or systems as per your requirement. Accordingly, you can proceed the things. So you have to strengthen your development systems in the HRs. As a role of a HR manager, he has to see where the talent and the potentiality, and he has to find out the competency, where the talents are there, and where exactly you have to pinpoint it, identify where the training is really required, or development or some things. Besides of that, you should have some good career planning. Your mentoring system should be good, coaching systems are there. This is all of the role of the basically it is vast nowadays. And finally, you have to see the main challenges. Then after that, we have seen a lot of challenges. Even if you good process, everything are good, still you have to obstruct some of the resistance will come, some of the implementation problems, and a lot of unseen problems can be occurred. Some of the things already were discussed, some of the challenges are there. Diversity management is also really important nowadays. People are, especially now in India, people are coming from different states, different villages, their way of talking, the culturally also, cultural diversity is also important. So all these things you have to manage it. When you are implementing some of the things, before that, you have to prepare. It's not a one-day job. You have to take time for that. You have to prepare for from all angles. Then you can then very smooth implementations can be done and can achieve the things. So ultimately focus the HRD is well-being, because why you are doing all these things? Company should be profitable. That is also one of the things, so that everybody employee can get a good compensation packages. In health atmosphere, they can do it. At the same time, they feel, yes, I am learning. My knowledge is improving. So here will be retained in the company. So through this HRD, you can retain the people. If the employees feel, okay, my career path is assured, company will look after me. My training is fixed. So through this training, I will get things. What are the benefits? Or he is aware of all these things. Then definitely it will be a good sign for the employees. He will be happily do the work, commitment, dedication will automatically come out, and altogether the organizations will be happy to. That's the way we can grow the organizations like this. So that is the recap and some gist of the today's sessions. I can. So okay, thank you very much. I can now close the session now, and we can meet in the next sessions. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.